and welcome. I'm Ed O'Farrell, and this is a Real Assets Advisor Hot Minute. Today, we're going to spend a hot minute or so with Nathan Clayberg. Nathan is a Senior Vice President at MLG Capital, where he oversees the firm's capital raising efforts. MLG is a private real estate investment company that has been providing investors with diversified, tax efficient solutions for almost 40 years. Headquartered in Brookfield, Wisconsin, MLG has offices in Dallas, Denver, as well as Sarasota, Florida. MLG's holdings include over 46,000 multifamily units scattered across 23 states. Welcome, Nathan.
Thanks, Ed. Happy to be here.
Nathan, are you ready for a hot minute?
I sure am. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Hometown and where you currently reside,
Pella, Iowa, now Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
alma mater and college major,
Drake University, accounting and finance.
first job as a kid,
Worked in my high school's IT department.
first job as a professional.
Sold windows for Pella windows and doors.
All right. MLG has been offering investment opportunities for almost 40 years. What are the operating principles that have sustained the business for that long?
Well, real estate is a cyclical business, and MLG has been in business for many of those cycles. And you don't get to be in the game that long without mitigating risk for investors. And we do that with disciplined underwriting. We use modest leverage with a fixed rate, and we get our investors diversified. And it all really goes towards putting the needs of our investor partners first.
Okay. When MLG is deploying capital, what are the parameters that dictate where that capital will be deployed?
Our job is to find the diamonds in the rough, the deals that are unique. And real estate is a fractured and fragmented industry, and people are involved and people make mistakes. So our job is to uncover those mistakes and take advantage of them for the benefit of our investors. And so that looks like finding opportunities to grow net operating income, buying at good prices, and things like that.
Okay. What's a little known benefit advisors can expect to receive when they invest with MLG?
Yeah, well, everyone knows that we're real estate guys,
Mhm.
but we think we really differentiate ourselves from the crowd by the way we add value on maximizing after-tax returns. Real estate is an incredibly tax-advantaged asset class, and our team is laser focused on capturing those benefits and passing them along to our investor partners. And especially for those that are taxed at the highest rates, one of the crazy things we like to talk about is sometimes their after-tax return from investing with us can actually be greater than their pre-tax return, which is a pretty crazy thing to be able to say.
Um, there's no shortage of traditional 1031 exchange providers in the marketplace. Why should advisors consider MLG's legacy fund in lieu of going with the traditional 1031?
Yeah, there's so much wealth in our country held in highly appreciated real estate assets, and people are ready to be done with the burden of managing those properties day to day. It doesn't make a ton of sense for people to go out and find their new replacement property to acquire on their own. That kind of defeats the purpose of becoming passive. Our legacy fund allows people to contribute their property directly to the fund in exchange for units in the fund. It allows them to become passive in their holdings. They can put their feet up, go to Florida, and enjoy cash flow from the fund. They can get diversified. This fund now has 2.2 billion in real estate assets across the country, about 930 million of equity, diversified across different locations and across different asset types. It simplifies their estate. Very often you see properties passed down to the heirs. They all have different ideas of what they want to do with it. Whereas in the legacy fund, they get units that each heir can decide separately what they want to do with. And then the last thing is once they're in the fund, not only do they have the tax deferred contribution, there's also tax benefits on a go forward basis from an income tax perspective, where they can receive tax sheltered cash flow from being in the fund. So it's a very powerful, very dynamic solution.
Okay. Talent or useless talent you possess that most folks don't know you have.
Well, for better or for worse, if people spend too much time around me, they know I like to sing, and I'm the proud lead singer of a 90s rock cover band called the Sweet Nothings.
All right. One person, dead or alive, who isn't a family member you'd most like to have dinner with.
I'll stick with the musical track here, and I'll go with Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's the playwright that wrote Hamilton. Anyone who can compose that in their head is gonna be a great dinner guest.
All right. And what restaurant would you choose to have said dinner at? And what would you order?
We'd go to Milwaukee's finest steakhouse, Carnivore, and I'd be getting the ribeye.
The ribeye at Carnivore. Sounds pretty good. You can connect with Nathan directly on LinkedIn. And for more information on MLG Capital, you can visit mlgcapital.com. On behalf of the team here at Real Assets Advisor, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time.